Hello my friends, Green Energy back again once again for our Dark Souls Remastered playthrough. I decided to have some due justice. I don't want to go past the dragon without you guys seeing it, just in case anyone's playing along. I want them to understand how to do it too. I did look up a tip, and I want to see if it works. I may have done it and not remember that I've done it before. But the tip being to first let him do the breath, so he takes out all of the extra guys. And then the tip that they said was to go up to this corner first. He flew away for a second. Huh. Let's go for it. One hit again. I'm sure this is riveting gameplay for everybody. The tip was that if you run to that corner, the dragon would actually jump down on the bridge and start walking towards you, and that gives you a chance to run below his legs and avoid any fire attacks. And then I can go hide in the corner by the bonfire until he leaves. We're going to give that another shot. If it gets to a point where for some reason the AI is not helping me out here, I might just skip that bonfire, because that is something you can do. It's just not my suggestion. Oh, he went that time. Was the fire... I went too early. Oh, he flew for a minute. I would have had an extra couple seconds to do something. I don't remember how to aim down the sights. I am proving that I'm not a pro right now. Oh, there he goes. That's what the tip was saying, is if you do that, he'll come down. Then you want to hide here, because he's going to do it coming back, too. Just in case, I'm going to open this door. He's like the Black Knight, he's persistent. Let's run. Oh. Maybe if I got a chance to do anything. There we go. I think he just flew off. There he goes. He flew up there again. Now he's gone. It's not very pretty. But hey, I did it. It only took me like 4 tries. But now, we are at the Undead Parish, our next little area beyond Undeadburg. Let's level up our endurance. And we're going to carry on. That big old sword that we just picked up called a claymore. We're actually going to try to get our strength up to a point where we can use that. If you look down to where it says Rec Param, that's an abbreviation for required parameters, and you can see that there's a 16 that's red. That's because our strength is not at 16 yet. Our strength is the little muscle icon, and on the right, if you look at my strength, I'm only at 14 right now. My dexterity is above a 10, which means my dexterity is at the required parameters, but my strength is not. That makes the damage go lower than it should be, but it also means I don't have the efficient parameter to hold it with a shield. And even if without a shield, he swings it slow, before we get those parameters up. So that is a good sword to get after our starting weapon, because our starting weapon's not great when you get to a certain point. But we need to get our strength up. I didn't remember if there was something over here or not. It might be... Don't think so. There's a hobbit door right there. Don't think so. My memory must be not correct about that area. So we're going to take out this guy just so that we have this little area to fight him, because we're going to fight another one of those big knights, because he has a rare chance to drop a sword that I actually completed the game on my first playthrough with. I did not come back to this guy until way later, because the sword that he's got packs a punch. I had my shield up and he still knocked me down. If he kills me, we're probably going to let the sword go for now, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to try to bait him to come downstairs with us, because there's not a lot of area on top of that tower, and obviously the staircase is not a good idea. So we're just going to keep baiting him. Sorry that the camera angle is really bad for this part. There we go. All right. Ooh. I'm not feeling confident yet, though. Might have to parry him, and I don't think I can do that. Nope. We're going to leave him alone for now. We might come back and see if we can get that sword. There are other locations and places in the game that we can actually find that and pick it up. That's okay, though. Get our souls back, and we're just going to carry on this way, because that is the only thing that's on top of that tower. And that ladder that we came up earlier when we fought the rats is this one right here. Alright, once we get in front of this guy, he's baited, he's going to start walking towards us, but so is that guy. We're going to take on this guy first, because remember, our spear friends are all cowards, and they sit behind that shield and walk away from you. These sword guys, they pose a fair fight. They come after you. Come on, my friend. See how he just sits there and he waits until you strike. Now that bull is a pain in the rear. We're not going to try to fight him head on. We have to fight two later in the game, where it's going to be better for us to do so. Our health is higher, our strength is better. We are not going to try to fight him right now. We are instead going to try to bait spear guy. Take him out. We're going to come take out these two. We're going to wait for that sword man with the shield to come and fight us first. There we go. Alright, we just picked up those alluring skulls. Now, if you throw these alluring skulls down on the ground, certain enemies are attracted to them. And they go after them, including that bull. So if we can aim, if we look right at this fire, and we throw it, it's going to go right into it. And that bull should try to grab it. Come back. If he's too far away, he's not going to notice it's there. So that's why I'm waiting for him to limp his way on back. Oh dear. Oh man. This is not good news. Whew. When I threw that last skull, I lunged forward and fell right off the bridge. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Sorry, I had to adjust my headset for a second. Those guys, those hollows, they were attracted to me because I fell down into this area. Because we can't open that gate until we can get to the other side. And so we need to go through this area first. And he is going to run away. Don't chase him, because he's actually trying to bait you into some people that are going to come ambush you. Don't chase him up the stairs if he goes up the stairs, because those two guys we just fought, I believe one was here, and the other one was hiding right here. But he also tries to bait you up into these two guys. Well, three guys. It's a party. Alright, we're going to come down here. We're going to grab this mystery key. What is the mystery? I will show you very soon. It opens up a door later in the church. We're about to approach the church. We're actually kind of on the outskirts of it. And these guys might kill me because I'm getting greedy. My pride would have been out the window. So we're going to try to balance our way over. Grab that soul item. I just realized that I had not set my timer. So if this video is a little shorter or longer than the other videos I've uploaded so far, my apologies there. That is why I did so. Silly me. Now this guy looks to be tougher than he actually is. He is pretty quick on his feet. And when he does that stance he was just doing, if you hit his sword, he's actually going to parry you, and he can damage you. He staggers you, and you get caught off guard. And he can kick your butt. So when he does that stance, if I see it again, I'll show you. We don't want to attack him. There's a backstab. Got really gutsy there, but it paid off. We actually attracted that guy to come after us because we're about to go up to that little area. That's where we just were. He didn't keep coming. Got another spear dude. Ooh, It's a dead end right there, but we want to take out that guy to see if he drops that item, which is an armor that we are not even going to worry about, because it's definitely not as good as the one we have. There's a guy on both sides there. You want to be wary of your surroundings in that part. Looks like he's going to take more offense than the other guy. Now when I do that backstab and he's on the ground, for a split second while he's on the ground, he actually can't take damage. So that's why I waited a second before I went to try to hit him. He tried to drink some Estus there. Not today, my friend. We're going to go that way in just a moment, but just in case we die, we want to go and open up this gate, because that will cut off some of our walk. In certain areas, it's all about finding shortcuts and quicker ways to get through these areas. That basement key is actually for the lower Undead Burg. It's to a door that we went up to that was locked earlier. But we have a couple things we're going to do before we go back that way. We'll open this gate. And that's where the bowl was, through the skulls in that fire right there. Now this is the Undead Church. We don't want to go inside here. There's actually 3 of those guys that'll ambush us, along with a caster up in the rafters in the attic, or I guess on the 2nd floor, not quite an attic. And then there's actually a big old knight in the back there. So don't take the church from the front, where there's actually a side door right here, and that's going to be our way that we're going to enter there. Now we got a crossbow and 2 of the sword dudes. All of them are a fair fight. None of those cowards with spears. He almost got me. Here, we'll take out the crossbow. We're going to do 2 things before the video ends, just because I would rather my videos be a little too long as opposed to a little too short, so that you guys have more content to watch. But you can hear something hitting some metal down below us. We first have our bonfire right here. This is the path to Sen's Fortress. This fortress is the gate that gets open when we ring those 2 bells that we learned about at Firelink, that guy told us about. Once we ring the 2 bells, one in the Undead Church and one at Blighttown, that gate's going to open. Until then, there's not a reason to go over there. There's an NPC over there, but he's not going to give us anything, so I'm not worried about him. We're actually going to rest so we can get our Estus back. Let's save our souls, because if we go downstairs right here, we have our blacksmith.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of the store run. If it requires anything, then speak to me.
So he can modify weapons to have a different sort of special property, but we have to have a special ember in order to do that. He can reinforce a weapon, so if we had enough souls and we had the right materials, we can upgrade it. We have a Titanite chunk, but we need a Titanite shard up in the top right in order to upgrade anything. He can also reinforce our armor. He can repair equipment if it's broken, but that's what our bonfire does. We can also purchase items, which is what we're going to do. we're actually going to buy that. It's a weaponsmith box. We now don't have to come to Andre. I hate to make him sort of useless, but since he's only in one location, if we buy that smith box, we can actually upgrade our weapons at any bonfire. Another gesture that we don't need, but it's always fun to have.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
And that is Andre. This is an area that we're going to go to once we ring the first bell. We're going to ring the first bell first. So that's the first thing I wanted to do. I wanted to introduce everybody to Andre. But the last thing that I would like to do, I'm going to make one quick call. I'm thinking out loud. I'm not talking about calling somebody. We're actually going to use humanity. Now we have 2 in the top left, you see. Well, first, we're going to, you can see we can reinforce our weapons now. We're going to refuse our hollow. So now, I'm not so ugly anymore. I am a human man. I'm a real boy. But now if I kindle this bonfire, look at my Estus, it goes from 5 to 10. So now, if I rest at this bonfire, along with the one at Firelink Shrine, I will get 10 Estus. And although there's actually a really quick path to get to Firelink, it's a good idea to have that there because it's a pretty central location to a couple areas over here. Not to mention it's quicker to get to this area as opposed to taking an elevator from the Firelink. But that's the last thing I want to do, is show you guys how we can get back to Firelink Shrine from the Undead Church. We're going to take out these guys just to make sure that they aren't following us inside. Because we are going to fight this knight. He packs a punch when he hits you, but as you can see, he's very, very slow. So as long as you circle around behind him, you won't have a problem taking care of him. Just keep doing that over and over. If you can backstab him, it's really hard. I don't remember if you can or not. If you hit him up front, his big shield's going to block everything. So that's why we're circling around behind him. Come on over, my friend. Just like that Black Knight earlier that we fought in Undead Burg, if I didn't mention, I apologize, but he does not respawn. And neither will this guy. So if we kill him, he's gone for good. Got Titanite Shard. And then we also got a Firekeeper Soul. Now, if you remember in an earlier episode, I told you guys about an elevator that leads us to the Undead Church from Firelink. That is this elevator right here. So we can take this elevator down. And we are back to the Firelink Shrine. Thank you everyone for joining me on today's episode. We are going to wrap things up here. From here we're going to upgrade our Estus Flask, and then we're going to go clear out some of the church and take on our next boss. Once again, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment what you enjoyed about the video, And if you want to see more, don't hesitate to subscribe. I'm trying to get as many things out there as I can in this troubling times right now so that everybody who's watching can enjoy some content. Thank you for joining me. Spread positive vibes. Be good people.